everybody? Happy Monday. Monday is President's Day. I know some people get the day off, some people don't. I have the day off, and if I ever have a day off, I'm definitely going to make sure in the morning that one of the first things that I do, if not the first thing that I do, is head to the gym. So I'm heading to the gym. But before I get there, I wanted to just give a few thoughts about forgiveness from the perspective of the offending party. Because I know a lot of videos that people watch about forgiveness are from the holier than thou standpoint that they never do anything wrong. And that's not true of anybody. That's not true of me. That's not true of anybody who is going to watch this video or is watching it right now. At some point in time in our lives, we all wrong people, whether we mean to do it, whether we don't mean to do it. So I'm going to start this off. I used to watch the show Iyanla Fix My Life. And I know a lot of you are probably familiar with that. I don't know Iyanla's exact title, what exactly she does, but she is somebody who is famous for taking the pieces of people's lives and in a really intricate and elaborate and entertaining way, bringing all those people together on TV and having uncomfortable conversations and trying to resolve situations. And I think the first episode of her show that I ever watched, I don't remember the guy's name, and I might be a little off on some of the details, but there was this man who had, I want to say 18 kids, 14 kids or 18 kids, something to that effect. And maybe four to five different baby mamas for those kids. And he was not raising any of the kids. So Iyanla basically sat him down. She had this long conversation with him. Good morning, D. She had this long conversation with him, and she was telling him, does he think that it's irresponsible that he had all those kids? And he's like, no. So I remember her doing this particular exercise with him where she got 18 like those dolls, those baby dolls that are like the size of babies, and started placing them all in his lap, and they started falling out of his lap. And he's like, this is stupid, Iyanla, I want to leave. And she was like, it's not stupid, these are the amount of kids that you had, so why are you going to have all these different kids if you had no plans to take care of them, right? So that's the start of that. So I remember another part of what she did was that she was like, do you want to have relationships with all your kids? And he was like, yes, I do. She said, do you have relationships with all of them now? And he's like, no, I don't. So she was like, you have to apologize to them for being absent in their lives. And that's the first step to building bridges, mending fences, whatever she said. So she convinced him to do that. So he got his kids into the room, and he gave them a genuine apology, or at least it seemed like it was genuine. I'm sorry for the things that I've done in your lives. I'm sorry for not being there for y'all, whatever he said. Some of them were like, Dad, I've been waiting all my life to hear that. I love you, I forgive you. And others were like, bruh, you haven't been there this long, I don't need you now. Keep your apology, I don't care. So I say all that to say, that's just a background story. I say all of that to say, we offend people one way or another, or when we hurt somebody, whether it is intentional or whether it is unintentional, The goal is always to realize what we did wrong and apologize to them from our heart. Mean that apology. The same way how they say forgiveness is for you and not for them, it's the same way that the apology is somewhat for you also and not for them. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we cannot choose what the other party does after we apologize. Because I remember sometimes in my life, there was people that I was very close to. And we were close for a long time. And then for whatever reason, I might have did or said something wrong or something that they didn't like or appreciate. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I realized where that was wrong. So I'm just going to get this out the way. I'm going to apologize to them, and then we're going to move on as things are before. Unfortunately, we as humans are a lot more intricate than that. Because once you do that thing, it lives forever in the other person's head. And it's their choice whether they're choosing to be like, okay, I've received my apology, we're clear, we can move on and we can move forward, or whether they're like, I don't want to move on, I don't want to forgive you because I'm always going to think about that particular thing. For me personally, for most things, it has to be very offensive for me to say you only get one chance. It depends on the subject matter or what that particular error, mistake, whatever you want to call it was. It depends on that for me. But some people, it's not like that. Some people are very hard to forgive, and you have to accept that. I've been in spots that go both ways. I've had situations where I give the apology, we're all clear, we move on from there, business as usual. And I've had other spots where I give the apology, and even if they say I accept it, the energy is different. So I guess my whole point of this is to just know and understand. An apology does not guarantee the other party's forgiveness, nor does it guarantee that things are going to go back to how they were before. And as a matter of fact, a lot of times things don't go back to how they were before, because even people that I have forgiven for things that they've done to me, and I really forgive them, and I'm really not holding it against them, but there are certain things that happen, there's certain things that are said or done that once the person says that thing, or once the person does that thing, the relationship changes. It's just a fact of life. So on both sides of the coin, if you are the offending party providing the apology, just provide the apology because you're sorry, and unfortunately, as hard as it might be, you have to accept whatever reaction that they have to that. And also, when you receive the apology, try your best to accept it, whether you allow the person back in that space again. Because you can also genuinely accept somebody's apology, but say, unfortunately, based on what happened, I am going to keep you at a distance. I've been there too, where somebody says, you know what, Mark, I feel this way, I did this thing, and it was wrong, and I'm sorry. And I'm like, wow, you know, I can actually recall a time where somebody that I never expected to give me an apology gave me one. So it was a friend of mine years ago that was just a really bad friend. We had an incident where they were clearly in the wrong, and time had gone by before this apology. A lot of time. I have kind of, well, it's probably going to sound petty, but in certain cases, whether I move forward or not depends on how long it took for me to receive that apology, whether I move forward with that person or not. So this apology past this point, it was way past this point. And this person gave me this apology. You know what, Mark? I'm sorry. I was really not a good person to you. I was wrong. I did this, and this, and I'm sorry. And I was shocked because that particular person had never told me they were sorry for anything. And so much time had gone by. I wasn't even waiting for this apology. So when I received it, I was genuinely grateful and thankful for the apology. But the end of the apology was like, I hope that we can resume how things were before, because we used to be really close. And I sat down and I thought about this for a while. I was like, do I want this person in my life still? And I thought back to the way that things were when they were there. And I actually said, things have been better without them there. So my response ended up being, thank you so much for the apology. I greatly appreciate that. You know, it took a lot of courage and also letting go of ego to even provide me with that apology. I'm thankful for that. Thank you. I accept your apology and I genuinely forgive you. I do not have the space to accept an invite to be friends again because of what the relationship was like when we were friends. So unfortunately, I can't accept that. And they were very upset, but I held strong to that boundary because it is what it is, you know? Like I said, the person can deliver the apology, you can deliver the apology, but how somebody reacts or responds is up to them. So that's my quick message today about forgiveness. And thanks for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And drop a comment and let me know if you agree, disagree, if you relate to the topic, if you have another topic that you want me to talk about. I'm flexible to whatever topics that you guys want me to address. And lastly, have an amazing day. Live your day with intent, because if you sit in the boat and you don't have a paddle, the boat is going to take you wherever the currents lead you. So make sure that you're in charge of your day. Make sure you're in charge of your thoughts, your actions, the people around you, the things that you listen to, the things that you watch. We don't end up anywhere by accident. And I guess that's my little mental health message at the end. Talk to y'all soon.